That's for a dual fiber. Yes, this is for a featherweight.
There
That's
we
much
go.
better. You see the, yeah.
All right.
Even better.
Anik, can you please start us off?
Bubba, Anik Subramanian, Fightbook MMA. You looked incredible in your last fight against Chris Wade. What was your favorite part about that performance?
Getting my hand raised and getting my interview at the end. It's always getting to the microphone and giving glory to the Most High. So that's why I do it. That's what I'm here for. And people like to see me talk. You know, that line I hit at the end with, you know, I'm the landlord up there. That's got to be a top 5. I got to be a top 5 right there. So that's probably one of my favorite parts, man. Winning and in dominating fashion, not getting any injuries, and then, you know, speaking how I speak.
I agree. One more question from me. I know you were supposed to fight Sungbin Jo last year. For this fight camp, did you take any lessons that you learned from last year's fight camp to prepare for him?
Absolutely. Since we haven't seen him fight since we were actually preparing for him to fight, we took the same game plan. Of course, we saw some more film about, you know, certain things that he did, but for the most part, you know, we're focused on me. It's never really going to be about my opponents. You know, they have their attributes, they have the things that they're great at, but at the end of the day, when I'm locked in and I'm me and I'm, you know, doing the things that I believe I need to do inside the cage and outside the cage, there ain't a man at 145 pounds in the PFL that can fade me.
Awesome. Good luck on Thursday, and I hope to see you on the mic again.
Thank you.
Jake Davis.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. So, Bubba, just to ask on last season, you made it all the way to the finals and you came up short, unfortunately, but what have you gained from making it that far last season?
I guess I'm validated in my head. You know, I fought for a world championship on one of the biggest stages in one of the most glorified arenas. You know, like you said, came up a little short, felt like I was, you know, winning majority of those rounds, and referee felt that, you know, he needed to help me. So I really just got more determined, a little hungrier, a little sharper with my skills. I have a beautiful shin now from all those kicks that I have taken. Nice, solid armor of a shin that I'm going to be trying to take people's heads off with. And that just comes from the pain that, you know, I had in that fight that has turned into a fuel, into a shield that becomes my weapon. So, you know, everything that I took from last year and the losses and the negativity, I bottled it, and now I'm using it as a fuel for this year, 2023 Badman Tings.
Coming into this fight, you're currently second. You're currently second on the standings. Does that change your mentality in any way? Are you still going to come out aggressive, or do you feel like maybe you can take this fight a little bit safer?
I feel like I should be in first place. I took 6 points right out of Chris Wade's hands. I finished him in the first round. The referee saw me finish him and decided that he wanted to give him a 4-minute break off a knee that was legal. In my book, that's a finish. In my book, that's 6 points. And I'll be damned if it comes down to me having 6 points and someone else having 6 points and then them getting the head nod over me when I've been to the playoffs and to the finals as many times as I have. So it definitely plays into it a little bit because we go off a point system. And I feel like, you know, I earned those points. I took those points. But nonetheless, I go into this fight thinking, you know, we finish Sungbin Jo in fashion, which I believe we do. I don't think we go all 15 minutes. I believe I eventually ground and pound and choke him the hell out, or I knock him out with his aggressiveness. But nonetheless, a knockout puts me at the top with Loughnane, and 1 and 2 never see each other in the semis. So I wouldn't mind, you know, either of the champions, because we're going to have to see one of those guys next. And then after that, either way. So Diamond does his thing. We might not see Moblet, but Loughnane going to be there regardless. So I'm focusing on Badman Tings, focusing on Sungbin Jo, and get the job done and let the cards fall where they fall.
What are your thoughts on Sungbin Jo as an opponent? Is there any extra danger for you in fighting someone who has a 100% finish rate?
Yeah, there's a danger in that. He has 100% finish rate, like you said. He's aggressive. He believes in the power in his hands. I don't believe he has enough experience, enough fights. I don't think he's active enough, and I think he's a little too nice to me. You know, he wants to say hi. He wants to shake hands. He wants to be around me in a sense, so I can feel that, you know, being in the game for a long time, that's a sense of, you know, he wants a sense of comfort so that it's not as ugly as it's going to be on fight night.
Final question for me. What is your official prediction for the fight?
I'm going to knock Sungbin Jo out and ruin his 100% record.
Thank you.
Patrick McCory.
Hey, Bubba, this is Pat McCory from Combat Sports UK. How you doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Great to hear. You know, last time out, do you feel like you've squashed the beef now with Chris Wade? That chapter of your career is done now?
Yeah, I said that last time in the interview. Right after I walked out of the cage, they asked me if the beef was over, and I whispered if you look in the third round, and when I was on top of him, I was talking to him in his ear, and I told him, "This shit is dead. I don't want no more drama from you. You're not getting no more venom or hatred from me." I deaded it right here and there, and he didn't respond, but he heard me for sure. And it wasn't like me whispering sweet nothings. I was just letting him know I'm in complete control. This is not a rivalry anymore. You do not want to see me ever again. I don't have any hatred for you. I don't really have any negative comments for you, but right here and now, I deaded this debt, and I don't want to see it again.
Love it, man. And the Sungbin Jo matchup, it was mentioned that he has a 100% finish rate. Is that more nerve-wracking or more exciting to be able to go head on with that kind of danger?
I'm a gangster, grandma, bad man things. Ain't nobody scared over here.
Love it, man. Good luck this weekend.
Marty.
Bubba, how are you doing?
Cut weight day. Feeling good.
That's good, man. You avenged your loss last time out against Chris Wade, and congrats on that. How important was that win to you? And it has lit a fire under you that I feel like we're seeing a different animal in you this time out.
Yeah, no, the fire was lit after the loss to Loughnane. It really wasn't the start of the victory with Wade. It was after I got my mind right, after I can walk again, after I realized, okay, you know, I was this close to a championship and $1 million. So, you know, I definitely want to keep that momentum of where I was going, you know, and finish correctly. So after that happened, you know, I was very motivated to come into the season, and then getting Chris Wade for the first season, or for the first fight of the season, it wasn't advantageous for me. It wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't, you know, the matchup that looks good for after you coming off a loss in the finals. Congratulations for doing such a great job last year. Here's the guy that beat you in the first round. You know, PFL does not give me any favors when it comes to the first round of the season. I have fought in the champions before in the first round. I fought Chris Wade in the first round. I don't even remember. I fought ex-champions or ex-UFC high caliber guys in the first round on short notice. And I'm undefeated in the regular season. I haven't been touched, haven't had a minute lost, haven't dropped a minute. And I don't see myself losing any rounds of this fight.
Awesome. How has training with the likes of the Basharat brothers and Coach Dewey Cooper overall improved your game?
I don't train with the Basharat brothers. The Basharat brothers train with me. Let's get this right. Me and Dewey have been chopping for years now, and y'all starting to see people come in to what me and Dewey have been doing. But it ain't me working with them. They came in and saw the success that Dewey had, saw the success that he had with me and Timmy Kawamba. And since me and Timmy have been chopping and going, and Dewey takes us around like dog fighters, like a pit bull dog fighter. He'll take us to a different gym and take us to another gym. Right after that, take us to another gym. And me and Timmy go in and we do exactly what coach says. I don't care if I wake up from a nap. I don't care if it's after practice. Whenever coach takes us somewhere and he wants us to be dogs, You know, he takes the leash off and we become dogs. So I love training with the Basharat brothers. I love training with all the guys that are now coming into BK MMA, Black Cobra Mixed Martial Arts. That's where we are. That's what we're doing. And we're setting a precedent that Dewey Cooper is one of the best coaches in the game and need to put some respect on that name.
Absolutely. Good luck this Saturday.
Euro.
Hey, Bubba, I'm sure the fight week emotions are vastly different this time around compared to when you were about to fight Chris Wade for the second time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How does this fight week compare to the last one, and what excites you most about your opponent this time around?
Nothing really excites me about my opponent other than the fact that when I beat him, I'll secure myself to another playoff spot, another opportunity to fight for $1 million. But like you said, the emotions are different. I don't have that animosity there. You know, I'm a little bit more quiet, a little bit more cool, collected, more serious. I think last time I had to, you know, play into the fight and play into, you know, the history that me and Wade had. But this time there's no history, there's no beef, and there's no language, you know, there's no communication. It's just, he's going to show up. I'm going to show up. And then it's going to be one-way traffic in Batman Ting's way.
And this is your third season now in the Professional Fighters League. You've kind of become one of the more recognizable names out here. What do you
Thank you. I am the face, but go ahead.
What do you make of all these moves that the PFL been doing, like signing Francis Ngannou, Cedric Doumbé, and starting the pay-per-view series and all of that?
I think it's amazing. When the moon rises, the tide falls in, and all the boats with the tide rise. And Francis just happens to be one of those moonlight figures that raises the water around here. And, you know, I'm a yacht, baby. As the water raises, I'm going to raise. I'm going to fly with it. I'm going to rock the waves that the PFL are bringing on. And, you know, I'm excited to be a part of it. You know, like you said, this is my third year and it's contract time. So we're going to see who love me.
And last one for me. It seems like you have a target on Brendan Loughnane's back. I'm guessing that's your ideal matchup. I'm guessing that's your ideal matchup. Obviously, the focus is on this weekend first, but if you guys make it that far, Brendan would be your ideal matchup.
Yeah, he got the belt, bro. He's the last person to beat me. That's a silly question. You know that. Of course I have a target on his back. He's the last man to send any negativity towards my mind, towards my skills, towards my dreams. That man stole $1 million from me. No, that man took $1 million from me. He didn't steal it. He took it. He came, he saw, he conquered, and all power to him. But of course, I have a target on his back. I got a target on his head, his forehead, his eyes, his mouth, his chin. There's a target all over him. It's the only person I think about.
Thank you and good luck this weekend.
Cash.
Hey, Bubba. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Going into this fight, what's your mindset versus your opponent?
Kill, murder.
Well, this guy is a little bit taller than you. Do you think your grappling will have a big effect and advantage in this fight?
Absolutely. The Asian culture is really into the striking and especially the areas that he's in. He's known as the Korean Falcon, and he doesn't do much, you know, grappling and jiu-jitsu and grinding out American wrestling. So the fact that he is mostly a stand-up striker from Korea gives me the understanding that my wrestling will dominate.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to you this week.
Mills.
How's it going, Batman?
What up?
Man, I talked to you a lot of these times now. I always ask you the same thing. What's the good word of the day?
Good word of the day? Dominate. I think I might have used that last time, but either way, that's a good word. Dominate. You know, a lot of times we come in and we predict knockouts, we predict this, we predict that. But the one thing that I haven't done correctly is predict a good fight. But I have been dominant and I have been dominating. So I don't know where the fight's going to go. I say I'm going to knock him out, say I'm going to wrestle him to death and do this and ground and pound. I know one thing's for sure. I'm going to dominate.
Got it, man. I mean, you've been dominating over at PFL too. I mean, look at you right now. You know, you look like $1 million. You know, you should be on the poster right now. You know, should be the co-main event if you ask me. But one thing
Preach.
Hey, you know, they don't listen. They don't listen. They'll learn though.
In Atlanta, one of the blackest cities in America, they just moved me to the main card. Just moved me to the main card. No representation, no understanding of the times.
It's all good. That's what we got you here for, though, man. Speaking about recognizing the times, man, I was wondering, man, would you rather PFL go back to how they started, where you would compete like, you know, 2 times on the night to really see who's the best fighter that night to compete?
I think PFL is already challenging as it is. You know, the back-to-back turnarounds. I think it's harder to do 2 fights in one night for the organization. You know, some guy gets hurt too bad from the fights, and you know, you fight with me, there ain't gonna be no second fight for you. I can promise you that. You're gonna need some time off regardless. So even if you beat me, ain't gonna be no coming back in 2 hours and fighting again. You know, bad man things. I'm gonna put you somewhere where you cannot walk away victoriously in a victory versus me. You know what I mean? In that mindset, you're not just going to walk away gladly. You're going to limp away and know that you were in a fight. So it's going to be hard for anybody or the organization to put on those type of fights and shows, especially with me in the bracket. But nonetheless, I think what PFL is doing and the way that they are going, I think they corrected a lot of the things that they were doing, and they're looking to be bigger and better and one of the best organizations. Because I've been in most of all the organizations and dealt with them, I know that PFL is one of the top organizations, and I'm happy fighting for them.
All right, man. Let us see you fight, man. You got one of the better fight resumes in the whole division, too. Keep it going.
Thank you, sir.
Marty.
Yes, Bubba. Seems like you've been enjoying your time away from the Smart Cage as well. See that you were commentating at Team Combat League. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, man, I got away with words. I'm working on, you know, commentating. I'm working on a couple of different things. I just signed a fat ass endorsement deal that financially sets me up. So honestly, I don't really have to fight. I fight because there's a cause behind it and the purpose behind it. And, you know, I'm a war priest. I'm here to try to give glory to the Lord as best as I can, while, you know, showing the world that, yeah, you can be a badass, bad man and still love Christ. But on top of that, man, bad man things all 2023. We ain't tripping about nothing.
And then, brother, I'd love to hear that. We know you love fighting, but obviously, you know, you're not paid by the hour. How quickly do you want to get Sungbin Joe out of there?
I hope I throw one punch and he goes to sleep. Straight up. I hope I come out, I look him in his eye, he flinches at me, I flinch at him, I hit him with an overhand, and we all go home early with no sweat. That's what I hope. What's going to happen likely, though, it's going to move around. He's going to come out heavy and hard, and then I'm going to burn him out and drown his ass.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
Euro.
Oh, I already asked him. I just forgot to put my hand down.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Jake Davis.
Same question. I've already had mine.
All right.
All done?
All done.
Hey.
Oh.